slide deck for you and information on community colleges in Texas. I won't be directly referencing those slides, though, during my testimony. With over 700,000 students currently enrolled, community colleges are the state's largest sector of higher education. As recognized by data from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, we are also the backbone of Texas workforce training efforts, delivering 96% of all career and technical education credentials. Our mission is to meet students where they are, prepare them for success in high-demand jobs and careers, and foster lifelong learning opportunities that support Texas' continued economic growth. Texas must ensure its workforce is equipped, as you've heard earlier today, with credentials that lead to meaningful employment and economic mobility. Community colleges are uniquely positioned to address this need, and we are ready in doing so, thanks to the historic investment made by the legislature last session through House Bill 8. We are grateful for the legislature's continued commitment and trust in our sector. Under Senate Bill 1, community colleges are slated to receive approximately $1.2 billion in formula funding in both fiscal years 26 and 27. This meaningful increase in state investment upholds the spirit of House Bill 8 and supports our college's ability to drive student success, spur credential completion, and respond to our local and statewide workforce needs. Furthermore, we especially appreciate the strong emphasis on performance-based funding in Senate Bill 1, which rewards measurable outcomes, including credentials of value, dual credit achievements, and seamless transfer to our four-year institutions. The proposed performance tier allocations and provisions for dynamic adjustment and settle up ensure colleges can adapt mid-biennium when student enrollments and regional demands may shift. We're grateful for the increased funding for Financial Aid for Swift Transfer Program, or FAST. Through FAST, more than 1.46 million semester credit hours of dual credit have been delivered at no cost to families, and over 260,000 students with financial need have been benefited from the FAST program. FAST has increased college readiness and affordability and accelerated student paths to meaningful credentials and careers. Regarding the Texas Education Opportunity Grant, TEOG program, we remain deeply appreciative of the significant increase in funding provided 2 years ago. This investment helps ensure that community colleges remain accessible to students from all economic backgrounds. In fact, according to the National Center for Educational Statistics, Texas community colleges now rank as the fifth most affordable in the nation for tuition and fees among two-year institutions, making higher education more attainable for our citizens. As we continue the momentum of House Bill 8, it is important to highlight the coordinating board's indispensable role in successfully implementing the transformative funding model. Their ability to calculate rates and weights dynamically from year to year has ensured that funding remains responsive to the evolving needs of our students and regional economies. The coordinating board's discretion to partner with our colleges to implement House Bill 8 is foundational to the success of the new model. While Senate Bill 1 is primary focus of this hearing, I would like to take a note of the importance of funding the community college in the coming supplemental appropriations bill, which will be necessary for colleges that have exceeded their initial performance projections under House Bill 8 for fiscal year 25. This supplemental funding will not only sustain but amplify the success we are seeing across the state, providing our institutions with means to support innovative programs and to address further workforce need. In conclusion, thanks to the reforms enacted by House Bill 8, Texas community colleges have the tools to be more proactive, more accountable, and more closely aligned with business and industry partners than ever before. With 4 million new jobs expected in Texas over the next decade, it is essential that community colleges help Texans earn credentials with these demands. On behalf of the community colleges and the students we proudly serve, let me express my sincere appreciation to each of you for your support of our sector reflected in Senate Bill 1. We look forward to working with you, Chair Huffman, and the entire Senate Finance Committee to ensure our colleges continue to thrive and serve as the cornerstone of Texas prosperity. Thank you, and I am open to any questions you may have.
Sir Perry, pardon? You can ask.
And I just want to know, is the same payment regardless of credential?
So in your packet, you will see in the slide what credentials of values are, how those are determined to be a COV.
Based on LBB, they're weighted the same.
They are weighted the
payment.
same based on it
So,
currently.
in your metrics of economically viable production or outcomes, is the wage that person will earn for that credential not a factor?
It is a factor in the COV calculation, and that's what you would
So
see.
how do you get to a point where they're all weighted the same? Because if we're interested in someone being successful in life, which typically comes with their ability to have an economically viable income,
Correct.
how can we justify rating those the same weight across the board?
So if you look at that slide, credentials of value are determined, first of all, based on the total investment the student has made in that said program. For example, if you decided you wanted
So
to.
let me back up.
Okay.
I don't want to go through a lot of
Sure.
minutia. I'm not. Sure. It's late in the day, and my CPA brain turned off about 2 hours ago. Very, very
So did my
clearly.
lawyer brain.
Very clearly, we need people making good livings.
Correct.
And what I heard throughout your testimony is meeting the student's needs. I would prefer to refer to what is industry needs first. And I think we forget sometimes who we serve. Y'all are in business to generate tax-paying productive citizens down the road. And that doesn't mean that you should be focused so that you turn everybody away, but I'm saying your first part should be industry segment need, hopefully projecting out where they can be or should be before they need it, so you're that nimble to react. When you focus on the student at the level you have, you end up with certifications and you're getting credit as if they're economically viable jobs when in reality they're not. Start first with the industry need, no different than the TSC crew that just showed up, and refocus on what those values of certificates are so that a student would not be misled in thinking, I've got a certificate and I'm going to be economically viable going forward.
Sure.
That's not what we intended. That's not what HB8 did. And it's not a model that's sustainable if they're going to be weighted the same. And I know higher ed did that. We'll fix that at the higher ed board. But economic value of the job and the earning career for that student should drive the conversation on what you're getting value for, because we're not getting value for that.
Would you like a response or just statement? Okay.
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 I'm sure y'all can have a private conversation
Sure,
if you choose to
absolutely.
do so. But clearly, this is an issue that we need to continue to work on. I'm going to engage LBB with this, and those who want to contact the Higher Education Coordinating Board, I urge you to do so and ask them to work with us on this. Okay.